First thing you want to do is remove the filter. So you want to see that? That is dust for the year. Could be mold spores, could be pollen, but we're going to take that and clean that off. Just use a simple detergent, soapy water, and we'll get that clean. Next thing you want to do is have a rag, toothbrush, screwdriver, and some other type of brush, definitely a vacuum. Yeah. So I generally would like to take mine outside because, again, you're trying to prevent dust from coming into your house, and not 100%, but if you do it outside, you prevent all this from going inside your house. And if you're inside, how are you going to know how to clean all this dust, especially if you have allergies and asthma, or your kids have it? It's always good to use a kind of stiff bristle brush that really helps to get inside of the filter. This is actually called a lint screen, and I'm gonna wash this off, but you can always get inside the crevices. It takes a little, doesn't take too much time. See all that? That's why you want to clean as much as you can outside. Alrighty, you know, I don't want my wife to get mad at me, so let me clean up behind myself. Let me clean off myself. Yep, using the same brush. You know, this is just for do-it-yourselfers. I wouldn't recommend if you're doing it for a client, but you know, you always want to be as clean as possible. But you know, I'm just doing my house, so it doesn't matter. Hey, matter, stop. So when you clean, even though you got all the dust out, there's still a lot of accumulated dirt. If you just want to make sure, just use a regular detergent and just scrub that. You want to make sure it's dry before you put it back inside the unit. You know, clean that as much as you can. I like to use warm or hot water. Next, I like to clean up my work area. I don't know, that's just something I like to do. Clean as much as you can with the vacuum. Alright, the next you want to do is unscrew these two screws here. If yours have multiple screws, look for the screws on the outside. You may have some up top, you may have some up here, you may have some underneath here, but we don't. So you want to start at the bottom and just pop out the tabs, then go to the side, pop those out. Then you want to start at the top, push from the inside. Pop that out. And you want to be careful not to pull this. So what you want to do is push that tab down, pull it out. And as you can see, we're going to clean this. Alright, so this is the control panel So these fans have some dust in it. You can just use this brush and clean. You can come back with your rag. You know, you can use it to get all in the crevices. See all that stuff falling out? Sometimes you won't be able to see, but you want to scrub on the inside and the out. Get as much as you can. I mean, these systems are not built to be cleaned perfectly, but you can get as much as you can. All right, so as you can see, we do have a little bit of growth up here, some behind the fan. Those are areas that I probably just won't be able to get to, but what I like to do is use my vacuum and my old toothbrush so that I can collect as much as possible. Turn my vacuum off. And then I'll just clean with a microfiber cloth. Just try to get all the surfaces as much as you can. Again, because this unit cannot come apart 100%, you're not going to get it all. But, you know, if you are allergic to dust and pollen, you might want to have a mask on. For me, I'm not saying that I'm Superman, but I typically don't have a reaction to it, to a lot of mold. And because my rag is kind of damp, I'm isolating most of the mold spores to the rag. That's not always the case, but this is the difference between knowing what you're doing and not knowing what you're doing. Hey, Meta, stop. All right, so I like to take my toothbrush and get down behind there as much as I can. Anything you have that can help, I think will be best. You can always take a look and see. Again, it's not going to be 100%, but the more you can get some of these surfaces, the better. And then what I do, I just take my rag and just clean the fans on both sides. I just take a few minutes to do that, you know, getting all that dust. All right, as y'all can see, got pretty much everything cleaned off, cleaned my fan off. So now I'm gonna put this doohickey. I think it's used for opening air, allowing fresh air in, but probably won't be using that. Then you want to connect your motherboard, your control panel. Make sure that's snapped in place. You want to pop it in from the top. Just slide it right on over. You want to put your screws in. All right. Even though I haven't put my filter on yet, what I like to do is vacuum it while turn on the unit, turn on my vacuum, because there are going to be some stuff that shoots out. So I'm just trying to get stuff as much as I can. Let this do this for about a minute or two. Share in and out. All right. You want to dry your lint screen and your lint cover as much as you can, because you don't want to put it back on wet, because then what happens is that the air conditioning system does pull in air from inside of your room, and it can collect on here and just cause this to be clogged. So without proper airflow, air conditioners sometimes don't work. So you just want to put snap everything back in, depending on how your filter is. Put everything in place. And we're ready for summer. Y'all have a good one. Daniel the Mole Man Smith with Smith Environmental Solutions. We are the company that's bringing a solution to the pollution, creating healthy, happy homes.